All right, let's get going here. Hanging out on a Thursday afternoon, getting ready for Eagles versus Chiefs. Figured I would just jump on here for a little bit, take some questions, and see what you guys want to go ahead and talk about. Come on, we're getting ready for the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl, a couple of days away. Also, before we go ahead and even get started, had a fantastic interview already posted to the show about 4 or 5 hours ago is when we went ahead and posted it. Interview with Cole from How About Those Chiefs. Absolutely incredible interview. He probably has one of the best Chiefs channels on all of YouTube. I think the best Chiefs channel on YouTube, 75 plus thousand subscribers. And he came on and gave me a very fair, I would say, overall breakdown of what Chiefs fans, including himself included, are looking at when they get ready for the Eagles versus Chiefs Super Bowl. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, I'll let you guys go ahead and come on in. I see Cool Reigns, Franchise, George Ulmer, all getting ready to go here on this Thomas Mott live show, just to see what questions you guys have about the Eagles. I mean, I'm feeling really good. I think we just start right there about how you're feeling about the Eagles versus the Chiefs. First off, it's been probably the longest week in the history of planet Earth, dating back to prehistoric times, because I'm telling you, the fact that we were literally a week ago getting ready to play the NFC title game feels like a lifetime ago. It has been such a long freaking week, and yet finally we are getting ready here for what is going to be, again, hopefully one of the better Super Bowls that have happened in recent history. Not to say that they haven't been good, but I think this is going to be an absolutely incredible Super Bowl, and I'm very, very pumped for that. Okay, before we go ahead and get started, I'm going to mention this a couple of times throughout the live show today, but I do want to say Eagles championship towel. It is back and available because the guy who I picked to win it did not actually respond. And so if you're a member, and if you're not a member, go down below, click the join button, become a member, and you're in the United States, tomorrow on the show, I'm going to pick a new winner of the NFC championship game towel. The same one that I have up here when I was at the game. I grabbed one for you. So if you're a member, go ahead and, well, if you're a member, then you're already entered if you live in the United States for the towel. And then subscriber Mike and Lamb, two guys I hung out with at the NFC Championship game, sent over this. This is also being given away to one of the members of the channel on Monday's show, post-Super Bowl show. That is an autographed, authentic Boston Scott signed mini helmet. Look at that. Isn't that sick? Boston Scott on the top there, the giant killer. Wouldn't that look great on your desk? That look great on your wall. We are giving this to one of the members as well, so be sure to be a member. If you're not a member yet, what are you doing? Go down below, help the channel out, thumbs up, become a member. Monday, we're going to give that to somebody who I randomly select, so stay tuned for that one. All right, what's up, guys? All hanging out. That one guy, I'll be right back. I'm done watching your last video with the Chiefs creator. Okay, there you go. Go finish the video with the Chiefs creator. That was great. Cool Rain said, watch the interview, loved it. Matthew said, excellent interview with Cole Thomas. Well done. I appreciate that. I love interviewing people. Honestly, I wish I could interview more people on this show. It's difficult to set interviews up because people are busy. And a lot of the people you want to have on the show, you know, they don't want to come on the show. And that happens. I've talked to you guys how I want to get Nick Wright on the show. I've tried to get some Eagle players on the show. I've gotten close. I'm not going to name names, but I've gotten close. But not everyone wants to be interviewed. So, you know, that's one thing that we're going to work on. But I do like interviewing people, and I think that it really helps balance out the channel, right? Because you have, you know, getting into what's going on with Philadelphia, going on in the National Football League, a lot of my takes on things. I think bringing on an interview a week would be the ultimate goal, where we could, you know, just chat it up with fellow creators, chat it up with, you know, Eagle people, chat it with NFL people. You know, Chiefs interview was fantastic. A lot of different stuff that would be fun. So we'll see what happens. Benjamin Neal, what's up, Thomas? Benjamin, what is up? Hope you're doing great. Let's see here. Super Bowl. Take a moment to remember how many folks doubted Hurts. Yeah, we can talk about that here. You know, I've said this on my show, and I don't remember which show it was, but you can go back, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this. A lot of people were very down on Jalen Hurts when they drafted him. I was one of them. I just could not, for the life of me, understand why the Eagles, when they had Carson Wentz, would take Jalen Hurts in round 2. I think I remember saying, whether it was on Twitter or somewhere else, that he was going to be like a Taysom Hill quarterback. You know, kind of this weird, you know, RPO guy they would bring in a couple of times a game, and it was going to be dumb. And then whenever he was a starter last year, I defended him a bunch, but deep down, I think we all understood his passing was terrible. Terrible passing. I mean, it was a one-read quarterback, and obviously Tampa Bay Buccaneers exposed that in the NFC wildcard game, and I honestly didn't know if he could get much better than that. He could always be a good runner, but could he be a good passer? And the numbers that he has had this year, from throwing the football inside the pocket, it's basically what Russell Wilson was doing before he fell off a cliff. Literally, Super Bowl edition of Russell Wilson is what you're seeing in Jalen Hurts. And if that's what the Eagles have for the next 10 years, they're not only going to go to just this Super Bowl, they're going to go to a bunch of Super Bowls. I'm telling you, it's going to be absolutely insane. He is great. Sam likes games, super chat. Appreciate that. I would love you guys to get your questions up on the show. Hurts shoulder will decide. Less than 200 passing yards is an L. I think that's fair. I think I mentioned that today on the interview with the How About Those Chiefs, Cole from How About Those Chiefs. I think I said, if Hurts is like 11 for 17 for a buck 80, they're probably not winning this game, barring a great running game. And they could have a great rushing attack and they could run for 250 yards and win the game that way. But I would agree with you, Sam. Anything over 200 and they run the football well, then I think the Eagles win. Anything over 300 for Jalen Hurts, it's a blowout. And I think it could be a blowout. I don't know. Tomorrow on the show, I'm going to show a clip. Nick Wright was on the Herd today. I watched the Herd during lunch. I don't know. I like it. Some people don't like Colin Cowherd. I think he does a good job. And Nick Wright thinks the Chiefs are going to blow out the Eagles. And I'm going to refute that tomorrow on the show. So subscribe for that. I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, let's go Jalen Hurts passing numbers. Let's do this on the fly. Passing game by game. How many games has he had less than 200 yards passing this year? I wonder if I can pull that up. I think I can. Let's see. Share screen. No, share screen. Sorry, doing this on the fly here. Share screen. There we go. Let's just see. All right, so this is the Jalen Hurts game log. Let's see how many times he's been under 200 yards. Okay, 240 against the Lions, 333 against Minnesota, 340, 204 against Jacksonville. That was a game I was at. It was in the rain. So and the Eagles ran the ball well that day too. So whatever. 239. Here you go. 155 against Dallas. How about that? That was a Sunday night win when it was at Philadelphia. He was 15 of 25 for 2 touchdowns. He did rush in that one, 9 for 27. So there you go. There's a game where he was under 200 passing yards and they still won. 285 against Pittsburgh, 243. There you go, 175. That was arguably his worst game as an Eagle. He did throw that really bad interception. He wasn't terrible in that game, but his worst game this year as an Eagle, he threw for 175 and only rushed for 28. So, this stat line here, 17 of 26 for a buck 75. 2 touchdowns and a pick. They might not win that game on Sunday. 190 against the Colts. That was also kind of a rough day, but he did run the football very well. 18 for 86. 153 against Green Bay. Really? He was that low. But he did rush for 157 yards. Goodness gracious. So there have been times when he's been below 200 yards passing. And I guess the 2 playoff games have been that case as well. But I think the shoulder was really bothering him. So I would definitely say over 200 and Philadelphia is winning that game. Super Bowl needs to hurry up. I'm having much anxiety, says Freddie Garcia. I know. The anxiety hasn't hit me yet. But I do think that we're going to get to a point probably Sunday morning where my stomach is going to be in knots and it's going to be like way up here, like in the middle of my chest. I think that's when it's really going to hit me that it's real. It almost doesn't feel real we're playing the Super Bowl on Sunday because, again, this week is taking so darn long, right? I think that's the big thing there. Let's see there. Where are we at in this next one? What do you think? Who do you think will cover? Travis Kelce most? Who do you think will cover Travis Kelce most or best? I think they're going to go C.J. Gardner-Johnson on Travis Kelce a ton. I think that's what because you can't line T.J. Edwards up on him. You cannot line Kazir White one-on-one up on him. I think it's going to be a combination of all the safeties, but most notably C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That to me would make the most sense just because he's really good at being physical at the line of scrimmage, but he's also really good in pass coverage. The guy's a great player. He's a fantastic player, and I cannot wait for the Eagles to re-sign him, which, trust me, they will do. Let's see here. Jalen Hurts didn't look happy when the Eagles drafted him. Does Jalen Hurts ever really look that happy? I mean, the guy is like as stoic as they come. He didn't even see that. He didn't even seem that happy when they won the NFC title game. There were a couple of smiles. He's a man on a mission. He is a man on a mission, and I think he's just trying to win it all. I think you'll see him smile if he wins on Sunday. How about that? Billy says this should be a great game. I have a feeling the game may come down to a 3-point field goal. Well, if that's the case, you have a kicker in Jake Elliott who has not missed in his postseason career. Now, we knock on wood. We don't want to mess that up, but I agree. I think that it could come down to that. If it is, Jake Elliott could 100% be the man. All right, those of you guys just joining us, figured I'd jump on here for a little bit, hang out, answer questions, Super Bowl questions. I need to start doing more live shows. I think that that's going to be one of the things, my goals post-Super Bowl is to do at least one weekly live show to hang out with you guys. I think it's fun because a lot of my stuff, it's just me talking to the camera and it's me talking about what's going on with Philadelphia and the National Football League and whatever I want to talk about. But I want to know what you guys want to talk about. And so I'm going to start here, I think, over the next couple of weeks and try to do at least one live show where we can answer questions. I mean, I'm looking at, you guys see me, they're looking at you there and looking over here at my computer screen, trying to see your questions. And whatever you want to hit me up, I'll answer them and we'll chat and have fun. It'll be hit me on Sunday night, Australian time. Jeez. Sunday night, Australian time. That's right. The game's going to be like early morning for you, I think. If it's a 6:30 p.m. Eastern time kickoff, yikes. Hang in there, Aussies. We got a lot of Aussie fans that follow the channel. Sydney family is another. He's a member and he follows the channel. And yeah, he's a Australia guy as well, which is awesome. I'd love to go to Australia, but it's also a completely different time frame and it's crazy. I think we win handily 31-22. I think, John, honestly, if you had to put a gun to my head or you had to take all the money that I have and say bet it on what you actually think the score would be, I like 30-20. And I 31-22 makes some sense. I don't. I get the Chiefs are good. And in my interview today, you guys can watch it with the How About Those Chiefs guy. I was trying to be really respectful because I do think the Chiefs are a good football team. And I think Patrick Mahomes is, young Brady 2.0. He's a more athletic, almost better throw the football than Tom Brady was. The guy's insane. He's probably going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. But I just do think this Eagle team is more talented. I think they have more talent top to bottom. I think you can go literally position group by position group all the way down. Besides quarterback, Philadelphia's better. I mean, literally, defensive line, Philly's better. Offensive line, Philly's better. Running game, Philadelphia's better. They have better wide receivers. Linebacker could be a toss-up, but I like the Eagle linebackers. For sure, better secondary. I mean, where's the Chiefs' advantage? It's Mahomes. Now, does Mahomes do enough to make up for all of that? It's possible. I mean, maybe. You never know. But I do think Philadelphia, especially because they're great at the defensive line and they're great at the offensive line, you could see a scenario where the opening drive, Philly just bulldozers their way down the field, massive running lanes. And if that's the case, the game will be over quickly. The Giants week felt longer for some reason. Did it? I don't know, Chris. I feel like this week's feeling way longer. It's got to feel way, 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 way longer. I don't know. The Giants week did feel long because it was 2 weeks, but you at least had a game or football games to watch that middle week in the wild card, whereas we had nothing to watch this week because I did not watch the Pro Bowl. This game when we won the trenches, says Joe, if running the ball down their throat creates TDs. I don't care if Jalen MVP Hurts passes for 100 yards. Our offensive line will wear them down. The Chiefs' defensive line. I hope you're right. I really do. That would be nice. I mean, yeah, I mean, Hurts, the Eagles can win if Hurts doesn't throw for 300 yards. But I think that if you want to guarantee they win, he throws for 200. That means, obviously, on the outside, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown are balling out, and then they run based off of that. They have success kind of counterbalancing each other. That's the way to go ahead and do it. Do you hear the rumor that James Bradbury wants to go back to the Giants, supposedly? Yeah, I was going to cover that tomorrow on the show. All these free agency rumors are a little ridiculous. And I've tried really hard to hold off on free agency stuff and NFL draft stuff. I've done a little bit of draft stuff, but hold off on, especially on the free agency stuff until after the Super Bowl. So win, lose, or draw next week, this is going to become a main topic in terms of how much cap space they have, who's a free agent, how much money they have to re-sign, who I think they should re-sign, where these guys are going to go. I could see Bradbury being a cap casualty in Philadelphia using that number 10 overall draft pick to take a cornerback. And if they do that, then, they might not have a guy as good as James Bradbury year one, but the hope is, one, you're paying him less than Bradbury would command in free agency. He's going to command a bunch of money because he's been great this year. And two, you can grow a homegrown corner, which Philadelphia really hasn't had in a long time. Like a good homegrown corner, it's really been a while. Game starts at 10:30 a.m. here. Oh, okay. So Monday. So you got to call it to work, right? There's no way unless you work from home. No, there's no way that you go to work during the Eagles Super Bowl. John says, Thomas, think Jalen Hurts will be the best quarterback to ever suit up for the Eagles if he wins a ring? Yes. Yeah, I do. I mean, we can't take away from the fact that Donovan McNabb won a ton of games. His, number is up in the rafters at Lincoln Financial Field. We have to respect that. But winning a Super Bowl is very different. And the assumption is that if Jalen Hurts wins this Super Bowl on Sunday, he's probably going to win some more, at least go to some more, right? McNabb went to one, never won one. Hurts goes to one, wins one, then goes to one more. That already kind of makes him better in terms of the fact that he has more, big game wins than Donovan McNabb. But we still have a while to go for that, right? Let's focus on winning this one on Sunday and then re-signing Jalen Hurts, building a good team around him despite him having a big contract, and becoming the Chiefs of the NFC. That needs to be Philadelphia's goal. For all that we're going to do in terms of, making the enemy Kansas City this week, and rightfully so, they're the gold standard. They've won the division every year Patrick Mahomes has been there. They're winning double-digit games every single year. They're going to the AFC title game and hosting it basically every year. It's the third Super Bowl of Patrick Mahomes' young career. I mean, Mahomes is younger than I am. That guy's been to 3 Super Bowls. And so this is the new mold that you need to have. And think about it. The Chiefs are on a technically rebuilding year. The Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill this past offseason. Yeah, they made some good moves there, but they lost Tyreek Hill. This was supposed to be their down year. They're playing in the AFC West. There's Denver is coming up and coming this year. The Raiders got Devontae Adams. Justin Herbert. This was supposed to be the Chiefs down year, and they still dominated everybody. and are back in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia needs to make sure that even if they win or lose, doesn't matter, this Super Bowl, they become the Chiefs of the NFC and take advantage of the fact the NFC quarterback-wise is way, way, way weaker than the AFC. There are very few good quarterbacks in the NFC, and this type of football team with this play at quarterback in Philadelphia can be the juggernaut of the NFC for many years to come. Hurts over 100 yards passing. Got to be over, right? Let's take a look at the DraftKings Super Bowl stuff, because obviously we have DraftKings link down below with a crazy good promo right now, which you guys should 100% check out. Helps the channel and lets you guys possibly win some money. But let's see what some of the stuff is, the prop bets are for the Super Bowl. I'm curious what these over-unders and betting lines are for DraftKings. Let's pull it up right now. Can I share my screen? Let's see. Boom. Nope. I messed that up. There we go. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Okay, so right now, Philadelphia -1.5. The over-under being at 50. There are a lot of people telling you right now that this is going to be an under. This is going to be a low-scoring game, 2017. I would take the over, right? And now, obviously, I'm not a betting expert, but if you want to use my DraftKings link down below, encourage you to use it. And if you want to take my advice here, go for it. But this is just how I would do it if I was in a legal betting state in Atlanta. I'm in Georgia. So I would take the over 100%. Let's see some of these TD scores. Obviously, first TD score I think is very interesting. I could totally see Philadelphia going right down the football field and immediately punching it in with Miles Sanders. I think if the Eagles get the ball first, your first TD score is going to be Miles Sanders, and you're plus 700 for him to be the first TD scorer of the game. I think that's pretty good, right? Let's see here. Awards. We're not doing that one. Super Bowl specials. What is this? Any player? No, I want to go to like the actual props here in terms of where we are at in terms of player parlays, game props. Where are they? Anytime score, 30 plus points. Each team scores a touchdown. Quarters. Oh, there you go. There's quarters in terms of who wins the quarters. Boy, there's a lot of stuff to go ahead and vote on here in terms of what you want to do for the Super Bowl. Definitely jump in on it with DraftKings, and we got some pretty good stuff and get you ready for Super Bowl 57. Okay, what's some other questions here? Never liked McNabb choking every big game. I liked Donovan McNabb. I really did. I honestly had a McNabb jersey as a kid. I thought he was fantastic, but he did kind of choke in the big ones. But he still got us to the big ones, right? I mean, you got to realize that a lot of franchises, a lot of fan bases, you're a Lions fan, you never experienced this. Texans fan, when are you experiencing this? You can go down the list of Raiders. When was the last time they were in an AFC title game? I mean, there are a lot of bad football. Cowboys, right? Dallas, hello. A lot of bad football teams out there, a lot of bad franchises out there, and we're lucky to be in one that at least goes to NFC title games, most in my lifetime in the NFC. Speaking of players I used to love, how about this Brian Westbrook jersey right here? A subscriber, and I got to get his name off of Twitter. DM me on Twitter. And he said, "Hey, I heard that your favorite player was Brian Westbrook growing up. I have this extra signed, authentic Brian Westbrook jersey. It is signed right there on the 36. It's blurry in the background. But Spock Dad went ahead and DM'd me this and sent me this, which is crazy. I got to find a better place for it. I like it here, but it doesn't show up on my actual shows during the week. So I'm going to find a better spot for it. Might frame it, put it somewhere. But Spock Dad, shout out. It was crazy that you sent me this, a signed Brian Westbrook jersey. One of the coolest things I have ever received. Miko not playing is huge for us, 100%. Yeah. And you never want to wish that the team is, injured. That way you can win, but not having Miko Hardman to worry about is good for Philadelphia. They're saying the same thing with the Eagles. They're in a rebuild year. The Eagles aren't in a rebuild year. No. What do you think? A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith has a bigger game? Devontae Smith's been better in the postseason so far, but A.J. Brown is due for one, and it feels like it could be an A.J. Brown game. Chiefs are playing a bunch of young people at cornerback, and I know L'Jarius Sneed is back and healthy, but really, when you look at it, Philadelphia's wide receivers can win, especially if the Chiefs go man coverage. They do a lot of cover one and man coverage, especially if the Eagles are pounding them in the run game. I think A.J. Brown scores a touchdown. If you want to bet that with DraftKings, link down below. You can 100%. I would say anytime touchdown score. A.J. Brown's going to get one. Side another tackle or guard with a top 10 draft pick. Yeah, they might. It would determine. It really depends on what Lane Johnson's going to do. If Johnson can convince us he's going to stay for the next couple of years, then you don't need a tackle or a guard, right? Sam Alou might leave in free agency, but Philadelphia is okay in terms of where they are at on the offensive line. But if they don't, or if Lane Johnson says, "Hey, last year," then yeah, you look at the offensive line inside the top 10. I think corner is probably where they go with that number 10 pick, though. Let's see here. Can a Gainwell get over 100? Sanders still hurting, or will he get 100? I don't think Gainwell gets 100, although a lot of people are saying he's this year's Corey Clement, which could be the case. Sanders still hurting, or will he get 100? Sanders is fine. Trust me, he's fine. Again, I think that Sanders' situation is much like what's going on with Lane Johnson and Jalen Hurts. When needed, they're just fine. But because they had such big leads in both the NFC Championship game and the divisional round, they didn't need to waste Hurts' shoulder for extra throws he didn't need to do. Sanders, extra runs he didn't need it. And the same goes for Johnson when they yanked him late in that football game. Over under 2 camera shots of Howie Roseman. Ooh, I think it'd be like 2 and like 2 max. Maybe, I don't know. Over. Mine was Deshaun. I ended up meeting him as a kid, got my authentic jersey signed. That's cool. I had a Deshaun Jackson jersey as well. I got a T.O. jersey first. First jersey I ever got, Terrell Owens. Then I got a black Brian Westbrook jersey. Then I got a white Donovan McNabb jersey. What else did I get? Then I got a green Deshaun Jackson jersey. This is all as a kid. And then I got the blue and yellow David Akers knockoff one. Remember they wore that one game against the Lions. And then I got a Vic one, a vintage Vic one back in the day. But none of them were like this. It's like, this is like an official Eagles jersey. And my Devontae Smith one's over there, but you can't see it. Okay, keep going with your questions here. If you're just joining us, welcome in. I figured I'd jump on, just do a little live show, hang out. I want to do these more often for you guys, my loyal subscribers. Thumbs up the way your friends can find it. Subscribe and ask some questions. Let's hang out. AJ Brown due for a big game. I would send Casey an early message, deep shot in the first drive. I think that's exactly what they did in both the NFC title game and the divisional round game. I could see that happening. Ross Kramer, what's up, man? What are your thoughts on Andy Reid not coaching well in big games? Yes, he has a great record after a bye, but no one talks about this. Reid does have a bad history in big games. I don't think it's going to matter on Sunday. And Andy Reid got over the hump of winning a Super Bowl. If Reid had lost back-to-back or the last 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, then you can make the argument he chokes in big games, but he won one. And the one they lost to Brady and the Bucks, their offensive line was terrible, and Tom Brady's team was pretty stacked. So I don't know if you blame Andy Reid for that. Coolest team, my 26 years old life. This is great. OX Wave. This team is the coolest team in my 26 years of life. I'm 26 years as well. This is the coolest Eagles team I've ever seen. I love the 17 team. They're always going to have a special place in my heart, but this is the coolest and probably the best Eagle team of my lifetime. I think this team would crush the 04 team, and I think this team would probably beat the 2017 team as well, because respect to Nick Foles, but Hurts is better overall. If we're being honest, Hurts is better overall. Derek Barnett was healthy and playing over Robert Quinn. I agree. Robert Quinn is rough. Yeah, I thought he would do something in the postseason. He's tough to watch, man. I don't know how he had 18.5 sacks last year. No idea. I mean, that's like a miracle. What up, guys? Just joining in. Tyrone Williams. What up, Mott? What up, buddy? Top fly goes fly. Kenneth Gainwell, RB1 next year? No, I don't think so. Another statue. Hey, I'm fine with another statue. Have you never been to the link? And I got to go back-to-back weeks in the playoffs because it was great. Took my mom for the divisional round, went back for the NFC title game. The Nick Foles statue with the Philly special, or the Philly special statue, is incredible to see. They kind of block it off though. It's right by the entrance, and they put the fencing by it, so you can't like get around it for a picture. They need to figure that out, but the statue's cool. The yellow and blue Westbrook jersey. I'm Ukrainian, so as a kid, I thought it was so cool. Those jerseys sucked. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. All right, if you're just joining us, I want to mention this a couple of times here because people are wondering when I'm going to officially announce the winner of the NFC Championship game towel, because the person that I picked, the member, never messaged me or sent me an email. So I said by Wednesday, if you didn't message me, then I was going to pick somebody else. So Friday, tomorrow on the show, I will announce who wins this one. You got to be a member. So click join down below and become a member. It's the same towel you see right here, straight from the NFC Championship game. This was taken by me. I asked for 2 when the lady was handing them out. Go Birds, NFC Championship game, to have your piece of history, become a member for a chance for that. And then 2 subscribers who have been incredible to me. I went to their tailgate for both playoff games. Lamb and Mike, they sent me this to give away to one of you guys. One of our members is going to get this mini Eagles helmet, which is cool in of itself, right? It's a cool helmet. It goes on your little shelf there. But it's actually signed by the Giant Killer, Boston Scott. If I could get the lighting right. See that? That's Boston Scott. That's an authentic autograph right there. Signed by Boston Scott. And one of you guys on Monday's show, hopefully it'll be a Super Bowl championship gift, will get this thing. I honestly want to keep this. I think this thing's sick. I would love to keep this, but I already said that I would go ahead and let you guys have it. I think you guys have been so good to me following the show and subscribing and super chatting and everything. So one of you guys is going to get that. So just want to throw that out there. Join. You got to join and be in the United States to get that, because I'm not going to ship to Australia. Sorry. Thomas, you see my last question? No. I think this game will be the refs game, because Chris Chafers is the ref in the game. As we see, the Chafers favors Kansas City. I don't want to talk about refs. I don't even want to worry about it. Don't even want to worry about refs. We will complain about the refs if they screw us, but we're not going to act like they're going to. We don't need any stupid offside penalties from Barnett. Quinn as a ghost, still less harmful to the Eagles than Barnett. No one's mentioned this year. Philadelphia is so disciplined this year. The year one under Sirianni, they had penalties. Remember when they used to have red zone penalties for the pick plays, the rub routes, offensive pass interference that negated like 50 touchdowns for us? And of course, offsides, false starts, and 15-yard penalties. That was like the Nick Sirianni thing. It drove us nuts. This year, very cleaned up. I wonder where Philadelphia ranks in total team penalties. Let's see if I'm right. It feels like it's way less, but I want to see if I'm right. Let's see. Pull up my share screen. Okay, here we go. Teamrankings.com. This is going to be what is this? Average team penalties. So Atlanta, the least penalized team. There you go. Top 10, 5.2. That's pretty good. 5.2. Not bad at all. Chiefs at 4.9. So we're right with the Chiefs in terms of overall penalties. Very disciplined there. Arizona, very unpenalized. Denver, very unpenalized. Miami, yeah, no surprises on all those. I knew it. It felt like they were better in terms of penalties, and sure enough, we were right on that one. Let's see. Robert Quinn ain't the answer for sure, but Barnett was penalty cancer. He really was. I honestly thought Barnett was going to be a lot better than he turned out to be after his rookie year. His rookie year was incredible. 2017, he stunk. Still wear my Westbrook jersey from 03. I want to wear it in big games. I have it on Sunday night. Good. I'm going to wear my Devontae Smith jersey because we've not lost when I've worn the Devontae Smith jersey, right? 3-0 wearing the Devontae Smith jersey. So we all got to be a little superstitious, right? Come on. Let's see here. Has Chiefs fans put a jersey on a Rocky statue yet? You know, somebody did. Where is that? Rocky statue Chiefs. Somebody did, but I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if anybody actually did it on purpose. Well, maybe not. I'm not seeing a picture of it. Maybe it was the 49ers is what I was thinking about. I wish somebody did. Let's see here. Besides Nike jerseys suck, Reebok jerseys are better. I don't know. I like the Nike ones. Although, you know what I found out yesterday? And this is something that no one's talking about again, or at least no one I know is talking about it. It's going to be a new Eagles jersey next year. Now, I know we're talking about the alternates and stuff like that, but next year, you know how they changed the Eagles logo? It's now that like very boring, just like Eagles. They're going to move that onto the jersey. So we're all going to need to buy new jerseys next year. It stinks. Subscribe, though. I might give one away next year. One of the new ones. Let's see. Go Birds, baby. What up, Hank? TX30 Eagles, EAGLES. What's up? Flagos Fly Greens from Canada. Let's go Birds. Since Winston Myers, Bird fans everywhere, man. What up, Winston? Kirk, do you think Andy Reid will use the screenplay against our defense? He always does. This is what Andy Reid does. And honestly, if we're starting to tee off, that could be a really, really good tool to go ahead and slow down the Eagle defense. But we rip Gannon a lot. But let me just give Gannon a little bit of credit here. Because of his soft shell defense, we don't get hit with screens as much because we're not bringing 7 guys for pressure, right? We're bringing max 5 at a time because they'll go 5-man front and they're wide outside. We're a hard team to screen against. I could be wrong on Sunday, but we are a pretty hard team to screen against. Chiefs being as healthy as they are now has me concerned. What are you going to do, right? You got to beat the teams at full strength. And they're still banged up. My interview with Cole from How About Those Chiefs, it's on the channel right now. If you check that out from earlier today, he gave a good breakdown. Mahomes' ankle is fine, but they're still worried about Juju Smith-Schuster's leg. They're still unsure if Kadarius Toney is going to be cutting on, is it an ankle? I forget what it is. Like they're healthy, but they're not healthy, right? Eagles are much healthier. I hate the new watermark, but after this amazing season, I like it now. Yeah, I didn't really like the new the new watermark. I like the original one, right? And this was the one we're talking about. This is the watermark, I guess, that's going away because this has been the one my entire lifetime, and it's just the bland Eagle one. So, gotta buy new jerseys. Daniel Bigelow, member of the show. What up, Daniel? He says, "Fly goes fly from Augusta, Augusta, Georgia. That's right up the street from me in Atlanta." Daniel, you going to the Masters this year? Do you have an extra ticket? Because I would love to go. Anyone have an extra ticket to the Masters this year if you live in Atlanta? Man, I got a bunch of friends. I have friends that make too much money and they have too many connections and they go to the Masters. And I'm like, I want to go. But you got to like know somebody. So Daniel, if you have Masters tickets, let me know. We can hang out. Be fun. Joe Mariucci, I would love to think the Chiefs fan did that. I think it's important to get a fast start. Winston Myers says, yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, Philadelphia's had fast starts in every game this postseason. Can you imagine a right down the field touchdown drive like they did against the 49ers, and then an immediate strip sack of Patrick Mahomes? You could make this like the Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl real quick with this defense if you can score and then get to Patrick Mahomes and then run the football. Oh my goodness, it'd be incredible. It would be incredible. Daniel, I've been a few times, but not this year. A few times, but not this year. No, man. Maybe next year. But if you know anybody that's got a spare ticket and wants to take me, I will go. No worries here. Best team in the NFL is the Eagles. Bring on the Chiefs. Let's go. I love that. Totally agree. I'm not scared. I'm concerned, never scared. Fair. Let's see here. Do you accept the opening kickoff or do you defer? Oh, that's tough. Accept. I would accept it for sure. I think that you accept it. Why not? Right? Get the ball, march down the field. Their defense is not that good. Score, and then you can play keep away for Patrick Mahomes, and then you put the pressure there. Thomas just trying for some tickets, Super Bowl tickets, Masters tickets, putt tickets. I'll take any ticket you give me. Huh? How about that? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. Super Bowl tickets. You know how expensive those were this year? I can't believe that a Super Bowl ticket is $7,000. Right? I mean, like nosebleed for the NFC title game was like 1,000, which is still a lot, but NFC title game before the Super Bowl, right? It's up there with one of the biggest games in the NFL, 7 times cheaper than the Super Bowl. It's crazy. Who goes to these things? Let's see. How about changing the title of the streams? We're not acting like Cowboys fans guaranteeing a game, much less the Super Bowl. Oh, come on, Slim Reaper. It's fine. It's fine. Excuse me. It's fine. We're going to win. We're going to win. I'm feeling good. I'm blessed. My uncle's best friend had badges, but he sadly passed away this year, so we'll see if his kids invite me. Jeez, that's a bummer, but still. Joe Mariucci, we got to throw it out there. I'm betting some Eagle fans would do it. I've offered enough beers. Oh, yeah, to get someone to put the picture on the rock or the Chiefs jersey on the Rocky statue. You wonder how many Chiefs fans live in Philadelphia? I know that there are fans everywhere, right? We're talking about Eagle fans in Australia. I'm in Atlanta. Eagle fans in Canada watching the stream right now. I still, I don't think there are that many Chiefs fans in Philadelphia. Hank says, I like the 31-20 prediction. I do too. Someone told me, and I don't remember where, I don't know who told me this. Either it will be an Eagles blowout, and by blowout, like a 10-point win, double digit, but low double digit win, or it'll be a close Chiefs win. Right? There isn't a scenario where the Chiefs are going to blow out Philadelphia unless all hell breaks loose, worst comes to worst, blah, 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 nightmare scenario, and the Eagles get blown out. Very unlikely. But I think it's either the Eagles blow out the Chiefs or the Chiefs win a very close game. One of the two. I like the 31-20 prediction. How many likes do we have on this show? Let's get some likes. Let's get some likes going on the show right now as we are all hanging out. Let's see. We need more likes. Is that only 3 likes? Come on, we got to get to more than 3 likes, right? Hang on. What are we at? 31. Everyone like. Let's see here. Who do you have for Super Bowl MVP? Hurts is the easy pick, right? Obviously, Jalen Hurts is the one that everyone's going to bet on. If the Eagles win, he's probably going to win it because that's what quarterbacks do. There are 2 other picks for that. One is Miles Sanders because you could have a massive Sanders game, and the other is Hassan Reddick. Those are your other 2 options for Super Bowl MVP. You could slide Devontae Smith in there. Maybe you could slide A.J. Brown, but I truly think that if we're giving me 3 options for MVP, Hurts is number 1, Reddick is 2, and then Miles Sanders is 3. If Reddick has 3 sacks, a strip sack, fumble recovery, and the Eagles win 17-10, then Reddick wins Super Bowl MVP. Because if it's 17-10, that means Hurts didn't do enough to win it, right? And betting him right now, DraftKings link down below, plus 700 to win MVP or whatever it is, plus 800, not a bad bet. More live shows, man. I love being here with my other Bird fans. George, I appreciate that. I'm going to do one every week. From here on out, we're doing it every week. And I will be live pregame for the Super Bowl, probably postgame as well, although that's like midnight Eastern time. But I'm going to try for a little bit. It's just going to be a slow work day on Monday. We're going to work hard, but slow work day on Monday. Thomas, there's a bar in South Philly that's totally dedicated to the Chiefs. Been there for decades. Oh, what do you know? Apparently, there's an Eagle bar here in Atlanta. I've never been to it, though. I just like watching the game, at my house. But it'd be fun to hang out with the Eagle fans. Eagles will win because they own the trenches. This is something that you're 100% right, but it's so funny to watch the national media people who are pro-Chiefs. Nick Wright is a great example. Just gloss over that fact. And I talk about Nick Wright all the time. 1, he's a Chiefs fan, so obviously it matters right now. And 2, I used to work for him. Nice guy. I would love to have him on the show. I say that all the time. One day I'm going to get him on the show. But he was on the herd this afternoon, and he was asked, who's going to win. He said Chiefs are going to blow him out, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking about why, and he didn't even mention the Eagle defensive line or the Eagle offensive line. It's completely ignored. The only argument Chiefs fans have right now is that Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Fair argument, but it doesn't mean he's guaranteed to win. Let's talk about all the other aspects and phases of a football game that determine whether you win or lose. Quarterback is a massive part of that, but if it's 80%, you got to do the other 20. right? And I think the Eagle offensive line and the Eagle defensive line, like Blessings just said, a massive reason why Philadelphia could really maybe have a score like Jake just said, where he said Eagles 42, Chiefs 25. That'd be nuts. That'd be a massive, massive win. Eagles blow the Chiefs. If Mahomes hurts his ankle even more, it's a possibility. Possibility. Kirk says MVP Reddick. I like that. I like that. I would not mind that at all. Smith has with a dark horse MVP. Ooh, that'd be fun. Devontae Smith has a chance to become, what is it, the fourth player or fifth player to win the Heisman, win a national championship game, and win a Super Bowl. I think those are the three, right? All three. That's rare stuff. How many Heisman Trophy winners have won a Super Bowl MVP? That's a good question. Let's see if I can type it. How many Heisman Trophy winners have won a Super Bowl MVP? Has any of them done it? Only Marcus Allen has won a Heisman Trophy, a National College Football title, a Super Bowl, and a Super Bowl MVP award, and the NFL MVP. Jeez, he did them all? What else do we have here? Sorry, let's pull this bad boy up. Link here. Okay. Heisman winners, Super Bowl winners. Oh, this is back from Super Bowl 50, so Cam had a chance. Let's see. Matt Leinart. Oh, that's right. He was the backup. He's a Super Bowl winner, and he won the Heisman Trophy. That's funny. Who here? Charles Winkie. I have no idea who that is. I was way too young. I was 4 years old. Obviously, Charles Woodson, although he was hurt for the second half of that game. Tim Brown. How about that? 1987 Heisman Trophy winner. Won a Super Bowl. Ron Dane. I was 3, so sorry when he won his Heisman. Who else here? Eddie George. Of course, Eddie George. Desmond Howard. He did do both. Yes, he did. Yeah, Des is great. George Rogers. Marcus Allen. Archie Griffin. Jim Plunkett. There's a name from the past. Tony Dorsett. And now we're getting to dinosaur time. Staubach. Billy Cannon. These are names that, yeah. I'm too young, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see here. There are watch parties for the Eagles here in Australia. That's cool. That'd be really fun. After we win, we should send Philly cheesesteaks to Juju. That'd be funny. Frankie, I'm here in Atlanta. A couple places that I go to. I've been to going to Varner's last couple weeks in Smyrna area. Oh, okay. Is it an Eagles bar, Frank? Like, is it like Eagles themed stuff, or that's just where Eagle people go? Patrick Jones is great, but still only one man. Football's a team sport, says Winston. I agree. Have anyone watched the Chiefs play this year? You don't blow them out. That's true. That's true, Eric. Hang on. Let's pull it up. Here we go. It's hard to zoom in on this right side. Can we just go to a full screen of the schedule? All right. Can you blow the Chiefs out? Let's just confirm this right here. So Indianapolis did beat them. What a weird game that was, but that was also week 3. You know, I mean, come on, not much going on. Buffalo beat them. They won by 4. So no blowout there. Cincinnati beat them. They won by 3. So yeah, you're right. Doesn't really happen. Did it happen in 2011? That's a good question. They lost by 1. They lost by 6. There you go. Buffalo did it. Last time the Chiefs were blown out, week 5, 2021, October 10th. They lost 38-20. Wow. Mahomes was their leading rusher. Was he really? Jeez. That's terrible. Oh, and they lost to Tennessee 27-3. They've been blown out, but it's further in the past. Let's see. More questions. Have you watched? Okay. I think the halftime we have 27-10. We'll have to hold that lead. Chiefs didn't get scared being down late in that game. Thomas, did you see this Super Bowl script meme that has us winning? I did. 37-34. Did you guys see this? Super Bowl. This is funny. Hang on. Way to pull this one up, that one guy. 57 script leak. So you know how there's the whole fake thing about the script being leaked, right? There's like, was it Arian Foster? Well, there is. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. This was posted on Twitter. Let's see. Can you guys see this? There you go. So this was someone, quote unquote, leaking the script of the Super Bowl. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Arian Foster. You'll see. This is true, 37-34. But if this is also true, what I thought was absolutely crazy was that we would be down 10-0 after the first quarter and still down, what is that, 24-13 at half. Then you score 11 unanswered here, and then it doesn't show what happens in the fourth quarter. So big third quarter if this is the actual script, right? Let's hope this is the script. Can you imagine if this is the actual final score and this is exactly what the score is? That'd be a fun day on Twitter if that was the actual case. Plus, the Eagles would win, so that'd be fun too. Okay, let's do a couple more questions here. Sanders rushes for 150. Jalen 125. Eagles will dominate on the ground and lean on their O-line. Yep. I would love that. Blessings. Hank agrees. I would love that. Let's hope it's true. Wouldn't that be something else? That'd be so fun. All right, I'm going to mention this one more time, take a couple more questions, and then we will move on. NFC Championship game towel. If you're a member, you have a chance tomorrow. I will announce it, but you have to email me or DM me on Twitter your address so I can find you, right? That's the whole thing. Tomorrow, join. Hit the join button down below. Sydney family's a member, but he lives in Australia. You see it there, or else he would have a chance to win the towel. Sorry, Sydney family. Got to be in the United States. But that goes on Friday for the members, and the members on Monday. Look at this. This is so cool. I can't believe I get to give this away. Eagles mini helmet. I've always wanted an Eagles mini helmet. Maybe I'll just buy one myself. Eagles mini helmet signed by the Boston Scott, the Giant Killer. We're going to give this to a member on Monday. I'm going to pick somebody. So be sure to be a member down below and stay tuned for Monday's show. Monday's show is either going to be so depressing or like the most fun show ever, right? It's either going to be like pure depression and I'll just cry the entire show, or it's going to be the best ever. City family, Kelsey Bowl. Yes, sir. Kelsey Bowl. Blessings is a new member. Throw that up there. What up? How about that? New member. Blessing has a chance at the helmet. I like that helmet. Dang. Sorry, Sydney. I can't imagine what it takes to ship this thing to Australia. Probably too much. But I love you, though. You've been a member since like day one. You are the guy. I love you. I appreciate you. Blessings is a chance. Appreciate that. You should give the helmet to a Giant fan. That'd be fun. You ever thought about making some type of clothing, Eagles or Thomas Mott related? I'm thinking about it. I'm working on it. Let's just say that. That'd be fun. You know, a lot of the good channels have stores. You know, I was looking at, I interviewed How About Those Chiefs, Cole from How About Those Chiefs today. The guy's channel is awesome. The guy, I mean, really cool guy. 75,000 subscribers. His channel is unbelievably good. He's got some really cool merchandise as well. I'm thinking about it. If you guys be interested in that, let me know. I mean, I want to do stuff that you guys would enjoy. You guys think is cool. You know, I don't want to do stuff for the sake of doing stuff. I want to do stuff because you guys enjoy it. So we'll see. Good defense, strong run game, easy win, says Dakota Earthhorn. Dakota, what's up? I agree. You should give that the helmet to a Giants fan. What would you do if you sent this to a Giants fan and it had Boston Scott's autograph on the top? They would go nuts, right? It is hilarious, though, that we've got to a point where Boston Scott literally scores every single time he plays against the Giants. Like, it was kind of funny. And then now it's like a real thing. It's like he is the Giant Killer. And he's going to be an Eagle for a long time because he's a Giant Killer. Come on. And the Giants are going to be good next year, right? The Giants are going to be better, and you're going to need better Giant Killers. And so Boston Scott's got to stay, right? Come on. It's just that simple. Okay. A couple more questions here. And then I'm going to run and I'm going to have dinner. And I will do another live show, okay? Pre-game, for sure, 100% going to do a pre-game show. Just figured went a week ago. Just figured where you were a week ago. Oh, okay. Well, welcome over. Boston Scott scored in his last 3 games. That's right. He did score in the NFC Championship game as well, which was an absolute blast. Very fun game to go ahead and go to. Speaking of which, I want to make sure I mention this again. For those of you guys who have just joined, new Westbrook jersey. This was given to me by Spock Dad on Twitter, a subscriber of the show. It's a signed Brian Westbrook jersey. Signed. Really cool. I mean, literally signed by my favorite Eagle of all time. At least as growing up as a kid. I love Brian Westbrook. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Spock Dad. I feel like Hurts will have his best game of the year. You know, let's finish up there with that topic. I think this is important. What we've seen from Jalen Hurts the past couple of weeks has not been his best football. I mean, everyone knows that. And you see a lot of national media people and a lot of people who cover Philadelphia and don't cover Philadelphia say, oh, he's really hurt. Oh, he's not 100%. Oh, the shoulder's messing him up. That could be true. We could find out on Monday that Jalen Hurts' shoulder is really bad and he's going to need surgery or some sort of rehab or whatever it is. However, let me say this. Philadelphia has jumped out to massive leads in both the divisional round and the NFC Championship game. And because of that, Philadelphia has had absolutely zero need for Jalen Hurts to throw the football. And so if he is nursing kind of an injured shoulder, which is fine, that's, probably what's going on. They've gotten to big enough leads where they said, Jalen, dink and dunk, hand the football off, no need to get crazy. And that's won you games. Now, he might not be able to do that on Sunday, but I think the shoulder will be healthy enough for him to play as if he was not injured at all. I think if he needs to go ahead and throw 40 times for 350 yards, he will be able to do that. I feel very confident in that, and I think that we need to not worry too much about the shoulder. I've talked about it a bunch on the show. You guys love injury updates, so I always try to give you guys injury updates, but I'm not worried about the shoulder. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It happens. Ernest, member, he says, watch out for Kenny Gainwell, might have a big game. He might. I mean, the guy is trending in the right direction. Goodness gracious, he's trending in the right direction. CJ Gardner-Johnson, my pick for Super Bowl MVP. How about that? Gardner-Johnson is gosh, I love him. If a dark horse, really good Eagle jersey to get, if they extend CJ Gardner-Johnson this offseason, re-sign him, would be his jersey. I think him and Reddick are two of the cooler jerseys that not many people have. That'd be really cool. Maybe I'll give one away. Who knows? think he throws for 250, gets 2 rushing touchdowns. Very, very, okay, true. All right, score predictions. I'll read everyone's score predictions, and then I'm going to jump off. Winston says 38-21 Eagles. Cool Raid says 27-17 Hurts MVP. That's a pretty good score. I've said 30-20 is my final score. I think 10 points. We'll see if I'm right. Aldridge says fly, Eagles fly. I need a score prediction, Aldridge, please. I don't think the Chiefs can stop the Eagles' run away. Jordan Mailata got huge raps by Stoutland, too. I agree. Sydney family, 100%. Offensive line is going to be crazy. Jeremy, 38-28. That would be awesome. Can you imagine 38 points? 41-33. Still sounds good to me. If they do that again, right, that's your score of Super Bowl 52. That'd be nuts. 34-17, says Aldridge. I like that, too. That's a blowout, though. These are all blowouts. You guys must be feeling good. Blessings, member, 27-17. Berto, 33-20. Gosh, these are big. Anyone think it's going to be close? Frank Sweeney, 34-14. No one? Not going to be close? Could be close. It's a Super Bowl. What have been the last couple of Super Bowl? Let's see. Every Super Bowl score. How many recently have been blowouts? I got to look this up real quick. Okay. Let's see. Last year, 23-20. That was close. Okay, your Bucks-Chiefs game was a blowout. Okay. Then San Francisco, Kansas City, it was 31-20, but that game was close. New England, this was a terrible Super Bowl. The one Philadelphia should have gone to if Alshon had caught it, 13-3. Eagles, New England, close. New England, Atlanta, close. Denver, Carolina, that was a bad Super Bowl. Remember that one? That one wasn't that good. New England, Seattle, that was great. How about this big blowout here? 2014, 43-8. That was just an awful Super Bowl. Baltimore, San Francisco was good. Giants, Patriots was good. Green Bay, Pittsburgh was good. These were my teens, really, really good years for Super Bowls. Pittsburgh, Arizona was great. Eli's first Super Bowl was great. Indy, Chicago was probably the worst of my childhood. Pittsburgh, Seattle wasn't that good as well, but what are you going to do? A lot of close ones. You hate that one. Not a fan of that. Let's see. 28-14 says Ernest George. If you held Patrick Mahomes to 14 points, holy cow, that's crazy. That'd be awesome. That'd be so sick. See, Eagles are different monsters this year. Maybe Quinn gets his sack. What if he does? What if Robert Quinn actually has 2 sacks in a Super Bowl? I'll be shocked if he even plays that many snaps. I think it's going to be all BG, all Josh Sweat, and all Reddick. I mean, it would take those guys being exhausted for Robert Quinn to see snaps in this game. But it'd be fun, though. It would be fun overall. Quinn MVP. Stop it, Jeremy. Stop it. You're ridiculous. Not a chance. All right. Plenty of shows tomorrow. Going to do a show tomorrow. Going to do a show on, I don't know who that is. I have no idea. I don't know who that is. Show tomorrow. Show Saturday. We're going to do a live pregame show at some point on Sunday. Going to hang out. Going to have a lot of fun because kickoff's at 6:30 and the stuff on TV is so boring. We'll come hang out here. Maybe a postgame show. I probably will. I'm watching from my house with some friends and probably a postgame show as well. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe and listen. Let me just say this. I know I'm going to see you on some recorded stuff the next couple of days, but win, lose, or draw, this has been an incredible year for Philadelphia. The future is extremely bright. And I think Philadelphia, win, lose, or draw again, we have to sit back and say this is an incredible year, an incredible team, and I'm proud to be an Eagles fan and to, of course, cover them and the rest of the NFL for you guys. So we want to win. I think they're going to. I said 30-20. But at the same time, let's just have fun. Just have fun on Sunday. Have fun. All right, guys. This is Thomas Mott. Really fun live show. We're doing this every week from here on out. This has been the Thomas Mott Show. See ya.